All right, so we are back. This is Buddy Cop. There's an upcoming one from Blacklist Games, but not designed by the Sadler brothers. It's designed by Mitch Schroeder, I think his last name is. Oh, you gave. I was like, wait, why do I have 8 of everything? So yeah, this is kind of like an offshoot of Brook City. Yeah, we can shrink these counters, Peter, so that they fit better.
I'll do it. I'll do
Okay.
it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so I'll kind of explain the basics of the game since we have not had this on the channel before. So, like I said, this is an offshoot of Brook City. You are 2 cops, and it is only 1 to 2 player with the release they're planning. But then, if it does well, I think they have at least 2 more cops designed, so you could buy another set and play up to 4 player. And we each have this little player board down here, and we've done trackers instead of using counters, instead of using tokens. This is our life, and then we've got grit, cover, and hunches. You'll see how all those work in a moment. But the key thing is we each have a unique deck. It's Blacklist Games. Of course, there's a unique deck. And we're going to have 4 cards face up, and they're each going to cost a certain amount of grit to play, these little gear icons underneath. And we're going to be playing together to try to take out the criminal mastermind and his minions that we have up here. So, yeah, let me just kind of get things set up. So we've got, I think there's going to be 2 or 3 cases in the box. I think it might be 3. Or operations. So here we're doing the Parasol front. And it's got kind of its special thing. So here, distribution service. It's got an activation power that'll go off every turn. And then the Parasol front also gives us this. So we got some flavor text, a little fuzzy for me. The word on the street is that Parasol Pharmaceuticals has been diversifying into the counterfeiting business and that they've already started to move their product. Get in there and stop any more of those bills from entering circulation. And it says, for setup, each cop will place 1 influence on a criminal. We'll do that in a second. And then it's going to flip to kind of the unique rules for the scenario, which I'll talk through soon. The scenario also gives you these 4 locations, but you can randomize which one is in which spot. And it has a unique criminal deck based on the criminal group you pick. So you're going to pick a criminal and also an operation, so you kind of get to modularly mix those, and then of course you only have the 2 cops in the base game, but there could be more later. So
By the way, I love how the pharmaceutical company is laundering money, not making illegal drugs or anything else. They're laundering money out of their pharmaceutical business because clearly, that's what they need.
I mean, Peter, you work in the pharmaceutical business. Are you saying this is not true to life?
I mean, they do have laundry machines here, so I mean that is typically where I go every day just to make sure my money is clean.
Okay, nice. So setup, besides putting out all the stuff we already have, we're each gonna spawn 2 criminals from the criminal deck, and how that works is really simple. I'll just zoom in and show you. So you flip the top card, and if you look in the bottom right, it has a number 4. That means that she will go in a building column. So you add from top to bottom. Underneath the 4th card, Peter got 1. Excuse me. And then we do that again for a second guy. So, oh my gosh, we're getting all the assault ladies. That could be good or bad, I guess. And a sniper on space 1. Okay, and then Peter and I are going to put an influence on, each of us are going to put it on a different enemy. So,
I'm going to take the easy choice.
well, yeah, and I'm thinking maybe we should both be here and try to clear it out, right? I mean, we'll still get shot by her. You'll see what we're talking about in a second. Yes, we can each start on the location of our choice. Where am I? There I am. I am. Yeah, so introduce yourself, Peter. Who are you?
I am Ricky Lou.
Yeah, Ricky Lou. He was a character in Brook City, if you remember that game. And they did reuse some of the art, but I think it's good art, so why not? I'm pretty sure, I don't remember Kat Larson being in Brook City, but maybe she was and I'm just forgetting. So Peter, a lot of his powers are based on like cards being off of his board, like how many cards are on his board. Whereas I can manipulate cards on my board and also gain cover a lot and use cover for special abilities. But none of that's going to make much sense unless we get to how the game actually plays. So how does the game play? So first of all, we have, I just forgot what the face is called. Let me see. The rules are over here. And this is a freely available mod, by the way, if you like what you see and you want to check it out. There we go. Encounter step. And then, so cop turn, encounter step, and prepare step. There we go. So, In the encounter step, we're gonna go in sequence. There is a variant where you go simultaneously, but I think to make the game make more sense, we'll just go one at a time. So, Peter, do you want to go first this turn? And I'll kind of talk him through what you're doing. So, if you look, Peter has dealt out 4 cards. And at the beginning of each turn, we will gain 2 grit. So go ahead and get 2 grit, Peter. And grit is going to be used to play cards that are further right than just the first ones. So Peter's got these 4 cards, and let's zoom in on one. And each card has an encounter option at the top and a prepare option at the bottom. If Peter wants to play the grit cost, or pay the grit cost, which is 0 for the leftmost card, 1, 2, or 2, then he can play the card for the top effect. And what encounter means basically is kind of attacking a criminal that's on the same space as you. It tells you how many blue dice to roll. For just warming up, he actually does it twice. And it'll often give you other special powers. So just warming up gives him a cover, which is used for movement and preventing damage. Cover, these little like spinning tokens, are used for movement and preventing damage. Limitless will let Peter play cards in his 2 grit space for 1 grit, so he could play more cards this turn.
Well, yeah, let's just start with that. So I'm going to play this first.
So he picks it up, takes it off his board. It gets discarded.
I have to pay the 1 grit for it.
And it was 1 grit because it's the bottom spot. Yep. And now Peter can pick 1 enemy on his space and roll 2 dice in an encounter against them.
All right, so I'm going to go for the sniper.
And now these influence tokens come from the scenario, from this little distribution service thing. And they have all the special text over here. But to summarize, if we attack somebody with influence, we get -1 success unless we spend a hunch, which we don't have yet, before we attack them. So whatever Peter rolls, he's going to get -1. But besides that, he's looking for little hit symbols. And he has to get damage up to her little arrest value up here in the upper left, 3. Once she has 3 or more damage, she is arrested and gone. So these little BAMs are 1 hit, 1 success, which is being canceled, one of them by the influence. And the shields are hunches, so he gets to add them to his supply. And this is identical if you watched our coverage of Brook City or Altar Quest or Hour of Need. It's the same system as there, where whenever you roll one of these little hunch symbols, you can either add it to your supply or spend a hunch to get a second success. So in this case, 1 success got canceled because of a token, so Peter did 1 out of 3 damage, and he got a hunch. And that's good because when we defeat them, we need to spend a hunch to put the influence up on the location. And we need 1 influence per player on each location to spawn the boss. We can actually win the game. That's our goal, to get the boss out and then arrest him. But any turn we don't defeat everybody with influence, we're going to put an influence on distribution service, and if that happens twice, we lose. So we have to defeat every person with influence every single round except 1, or we lose. All right, so Peter discards that card, and now he can play another one.
So I'm going to play Final Warning. I typically wouldn't be able to because I only have 1 grit left, but because of Limitless, these cards only cost 1 grit. So if you see Limitless says the ones in the 2 grit spot only cost 1 grit.
Yep.
So I'm going to play this, spend my 1 grit,
and it says,
and roll another 2 dice at
Yeah,
them.
the ability says before the encounter you may gain up to 2 cover from targets. Targets will sometimes get cover, which will prevent your damage to them. But in this case, that's not possible because she doesn't have any. So go ahead, Peter, roll your 2.
Yeah, so I could spend my grit to counteract
your hunch, yes.
Or my hunch to counteract. I'm not going to do if I get lucky and kill her. I want to be able to take this token and put it on the card.
I mean, I might do it, Peter. Well, okay, go ahead.
I didn't do it.
Oh, you didn't need
Boom!
to. So that is
why.
a crit. Unlike most of the Sadler games, these are not exploding crits. You don't roll extra dice. Instead, you look at your cop, and it'll tell you what they mean. Peter, were you just grabbing extra dice for exploding?
Yes, I was. I forgot. I've only played this game once.
The Sadlers have taught you well. So if you look at Ricky Lou in the upper left next to his health, it says crit, gain 2 successes. So that counts as 4 hits.
4 successes.
So you didn't even need that first attack. She is dead.
But I needed the grit.
Yes.
Or the hunch, so I'm glad I...
So whenever you defeat somebody, this is, again, in these like key words over here. It says the little 3rd paragraph down, when a criminal with influence is defeated, discard the influence or discard 1 hunch to place the influence on the criminal's location. And again, to spawn the boss, we need to have 2 of these on every location. So we are now 1/8 of the way to the boss coming out. All right. So Peter can keep on playing. And the other option in his step he can discard a card to get the prepare effect at the bottom. So he could like take Last Chance off of his board to immediately gain 1 grit and choose him or me to gain 1 cover. So that's how that works.
So actually, oh no, I'm not. I should have done that with Final Warning. All right, well, whatever. I did not. I forgot about that rule.
Well, it's okay.
So
You're about to get it
free.
anyway at the end of the turn. Don't forget.
What was that?
You're about to get it anyway at the end of the turn.
Yes. Yep. All right, so I'm going to play him for free because there's no grit cost at the bottom. Yep. So I do a 1 and then the 2 dice attack.
Yep, and then after that you gain a cover.
Yep.
Now she is also getting -1 success, so Peter doesn't have a
forget.
great chance of doing much here, but we'll see what happens.
First one, I'm hoping to just get grit, to be honest. Nothing.
Yeah, or nothing, because that 1 success was canceled by her having the influence.
Yep, on the next one.
All right, so 0 damage to her, but he did get a hunch.
I got a hunch and a cover, so I mean it's still worthwhile.
I mean, heck, you could have discarded the card to choose a cop to place a rest token on a nearby criminal. You could have done 1 damage automatically instead.
Yeah, I'm happy with what I did.
So that is the end of his encounter step. Now, he could have discarded cards for their prepare step, but anything he didn't discard, he gets their prepare effect anyway. So he's now going to, in whatever order he wants, get all the prepare effects that are left. So Peter, go ahead and gain a grip, and then choose a cop to gain a cover. I'd suggest me, since I get bonuses from cover.
Yep.
All right. And then every card that's left will fill in to the left. So that next turn he'll be able to draw. And you can go ahead and draw your cards now. You just won't be able to use them for anything yet. That's your entire deck, Peter.
Oops. Yes, it is. I do that at the table sometimes too. I just grab the entire deck of cards and just throw it up on a spot.
Sure.
That is not a tabletop simulator thing.
And Peter, didn't you spend another grit, Peter? You should be down to 0. Oh no, you gained a grit. That's right.
No,
from
I
the
gained a
prepare
grit.
effect. Yeah, so you keep whatever
Come on,
grit you
man.
have left over. All right. So now I do my turn. Let's see what my options are. So clearly I want to defeat the assault person with the influence. She's got 4 to arrest. And then they're going to activate. We'll talk about what their icons mean. So, I've got no need to rush, 3 dice attack, and gain a cover. That's pretty great. Oh, and I should have 2 grits, sorry. Making moves, 2 encounter. Then I can discard a cover, which Peter gave me, for another 2 encounter. My cards are just better than yours, dude.
I feel like I'm the setup man. You're the finish him off man.
That's right. Oh, good. I see Hannah's in the chat. Hey, Hannah, is Peter's audio any better, or does it sound the same? Just when you get a chance. All right, going in hot. 2 encounter. After this encounter, I play another card, but I pay the cost with cover instead of grit. And then bide my time. If the target is not defeated, choose a cop to gain 2 cover. Ooh, that seems like the best one to play first, right? Although that would use all my grit. Huh.
I mean, you're going to have to use all your grit on one of these two.
Yeah. Or, well, I mean, making moves gets me more attacks than biding my time does, right? Although, like I said, spending cover, and the other one's getting me cover. Okay, good. They're saying your audio sounds better, Peter, so I think you fixing that one thing on Skype helped out a little bit.
All right.
I want to see how the 3 attack goes. Well, no, that seems kind of dumb. I think I need the extra attack, so I'm going to do making moves.
So, hey, hold on.
Yep.
You can use the bottom afterward. Oh, you got to switch
Yeah, you got to
it, though.
swap them. Yeah, so this is a very useful effect on the bottom.
yeah.
Peter's pointing out. Gain 1 cover, and then it can swap 2 cards. But I can't swap to an empty spot just to make it cost 0 again, unfortunately. All right. Yeah, so for now, I'm going to go ahead and do making moves first.
Making
So
moves.
that's 2 encounter dice. Then I can spend a cover to gain another 2. And I'm attacking the same assault person Peter was going for. And besides that, my dice are the same, except my crits are 1 success and 1 cover. So I tend to do less damage than Peter, but I get a lot of cover. And cover, as you'll see, will prevent damage, but it's also used for moving. Once we need to move, I'll show you how that works. So first of my 2 attacks. So no successes, but I get a hunch. That was not necessarily great. Okay, I'll spend a cover to go again. I'm not going to spend my hunch yet. I'll be like Peter did. There we go. So that's 1 gets through. And I gain a cover for my crit. And that cost me 1 grit, sorry. All right, so now I'll do no need to rush. So I'm getting another cover. I mean, I don't have it yet, but I'm about to. And I get 3 I am going to spend the hunch because I definitely want to kill her. Otherwise, we lose. And I have no other way to hit her after this.
We don't lose.
Well, we would be part way to losing.
Boom.
So, but I don't have the hunch to put the influence on our location.
But you
I did
kill
defeat
him.
her. Yes. I can't get that token. There we go. Yeah, so I did 3 damage. I used my hunch to cancel the -1 success.
That still worked.
Yes.
I mean.
Now, there we go. So how cover works is to kind of show you. Each location in the bottom right has a little minus cover value. Design space is 0. At any point during our turn, except for, and this is one I didn't know last time, Peter, except for if all your cards have been played, like if you have no cards left on your board, you can't do this. You can spend that much cover to move there. And that's going to matter in a second. Oh, actually, there is no safe place right now, but this assault lady who's left is going to shoot us at one range and hurt us all. But so it goes. But I can give it some defense. So I'm not doing either of these. So let's see. Peter, gain a cover from the going in hot prepare effect at the bottom.
Yep.
And then I gain a
Now,
cover.
I would not have had cards to swap.
Yeah, I don't think you get your new cards until we both taken our turns, but I think you're correct. Although I might be wrong about that. I'll check that in a second in the rules. All right, so that was it for my prepare step, where I did all the cards left over. I get to flip these. I had 1 grit left over. All right, and let's see. So now we go into the enemy phase. I just want to make sure, or criminal phase. Sorry, I haven't played this in a few days, so I'm forgetting the terminology. So how it works is we're going to activate each criminal from left to right, and if they were more than one in the column, we would go from top to bottom. So first, this criminal activates. The 3 bullet hole symbol means that she attacks everyone in range, every single cop. The 1 in crosshairs is how far she can shoot adjacent, and you do wrap from right to left and left to right. And finally, the 3 blood is the damage she does. So in this case, she tries to shoot everybody in these 3 locations. Nobody's there, so she does nothing. But this lady does shoot.
So the nice part about how these guys activate is in the upper right, it just shows you just follow those in order.
Absolutely.
So it's real easy.
Yeah, no, it's really straightforward. All right, so the assaulter is shooting production floor, design space, and abrasion facility. We are there, so we have to each take 3 damage. We can choose in either or fashion to take it from cover and or from damage. So I'll take 1 damage and 2 cover.
That's exactly what I did as well.
And then we have to spawn 2 more enemies each, so they keep on coming. So I got a patrol guy and a sniper. It's a backup. All right, I got both of mine.
Some backup at 2 also.
That is a
awesome.
popular place.
Well, and you have to spend 2 cover to get there, so it's not even easy. I think I'm going to have to go to the free design space. So that's where I'm going to put my token.
I mean, sorry, I did do it sort of out of order. The order goes, we do the enemy phase, which we already did. Then we resolve the effect on each of our locations. So you'll see abrasion facility says each cop in this location must discard 2 hunches or suffer 1 damage. And suffer 1 damage means you can't prevent it with cover. So I'm just going to take 1 damage.
Yep, me too.
The other ones, design space and production floor, also hurt us. Security office, though, has an ongoing effect. Criminals there deal +1 damage. So it's awesome that they're all there. Then we spawn, so we did that. And then finally we do the activation effect on distribution service. It says discard all influence on criminals, and if any influence was discarded, place 1 on this card. So I said that already. And then we each place an influence on a criminal. So Peter did the assaulter over there. I'll do the sniper, I guess, since she has the least health, and see if I can get lucky against her.
And we can only have 1 on here, right? If we get to a second one,
Absolutely
we lose.
right. Yeah, so again, if we have 2 turns where we don't defeat every single enemy, that's all she wrote. All right.
Yeah, sniper is going to be hard to deal with this. I mean, getting here is going to be impossible for me anytime soon. Now, you can use the bottom
Correct.
effect.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that right
So
now. So I gained 2 grit. And let's see.
I'll gain my 2 grit too.
All right, I'm going to use Bide My Time to gain a cover so I can move to the place Peter indicated. and I can swap 2 cards on my cop board. Remember, you can discard cards, but then they won't resolve at the end of the turn. So I will... I guess I can play everything right now. But I'd like No Need to Rush to be super cheap, so let's do that first. And then I'm going to spend 2 cover to jump over to the security office. And I'll play No Need to Rush. That gets me a cover, and I'm going to attack the sniper. I don't have any hunches, unfortunately, so let's do our best. All right, so she is still alive. Because remember, minus is 1 damage. So that's 3 successes, minus 1 for her influence. That's 2 damage, and a hunch, and a cover for my crit.
Now, how does this work? I have a card that I can choose to place a damage on a nearby criminal for you. Would that kill her, and you'd be able to use your hunch right now? All right, done.
Now, but that's not right now because it's not your. We're not playing the simultaneous variant. So I'm probably going to stay here and attack other people, but it's good to know that she will die automatically. So thank you for giving me that option. Dude, I don't know what... There you go. Peter was having some card trouble there. All right, so now I'm just going to try to whoop some people. The backup does 4 damage and has 5 life, and he tries to move to be where other criminals are. The patrol does 3 damage, but chases us, and they both have 5 life. I guess I'll go after the backup first. I mean, we could die very quickly here.
That's all right. That's the theme of Extra Life.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. We got to keep the. If you didn't watch our, Spirit Island game, it also went great. All right, so I'm going to do Bide My Time first. That'll give me 2 cover if the target's not defeated, so that might make me a bit more survivable. Cost me 1 grit. And yeah, I'll attack the backup since he does more damage. Because I need to stay in this location now so that Peter can let me finish off the sniper. That was a nice roll, though. I got a hunch, or I could spend the hunch, but no, I need the hunch. I got a hunch, I got a cover, and 2 damage.
Wait, you don't need the hunch? Oh, you do.
Yeah, if I'm going to put the thing on when you defeat my guy with your card. Okay, and then I'll spend my last 2... Oh, wait, I did not defeat the target, so I gained 2...
Mike, you did...
What's up?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage.
Dude, I didn't roll 5 dice. Those are just extra dice that are over there. Here, I'll move them out of the way to make it more obvious.
Oh. I was so confused.
Oh, I forgot going in hot's ability. Oh, well, whatever. All right, so going in hot, I can, it's going to do 2, and then after this encounter, I can play another card, paying the grit cost with cover. Clearly, that won't happen. So that is costing me all my grit. I think it was probably a smarter way I could have done that. So I'll attack the backup. If I get lucky and roll like a hunch success, then I can kill him. Otherwise, he's not going to be dead. Ooh, awesome.
Boom.
All right, so I'll spend 1 hunch to change that into 2 successes. That's a 3rd with my crit, which also gives me a 6 cover. And I do 3 damage with the hunch, so backup is defeated. And then on Peter's turn, he's going to play the card to defeat the sniper. So only the patrol will be left, and I now have 6 cover to survive with. So that's not too bad.
Yeah, because the assault person is going to...
Yeah, now, Peter, hold on 1 second before you take your turn.
That.
Sorry, everybody, to zoom in on the rules. I just want to check when my cards come back. Yeah, so, Peter, it is at the end of your prepare step. You do refill all your cards and then immediately gain 2 grits. You actually gain it at the end of the turn instead of the beginning, basically. But that's good because that means that, my swapping cards effects will affect you even when, you go before me or whatever.
Yep. All right. Well, kill the sniper at your location.
Yep, so Peter used the prepare effect on just warming up. He chose a cop, me, to place 1 arrest token on a nearby criminal, so that killed the sniper. I'm going to spend 1 hunch to move her influence up, so now we have 1 on each of these. Remember, we need 2 on each.
Oh, I just put it on your character.
I mean, either way. Just cover me up. All right, so that was discarding for prepare. Hasn't used any grit yet, so Peter still has 3 for his other cards.
So I get to move here for free. Because, again, on the bottom right, you see that it doesn't cost any cover to move here.
Yeah, this is the 0
so move in here.
Icon.
And I'm going to work on the assault person.
Yeah, this is an awesome card Peter's about to play. Oh, well, maybe about to play. So, yeah, you got last chance. 2, or if it's the only card on your cop board. So Peter likes to discard things and, empty his cop board.
I'm actually going to play both of these. I was thinking about just automatically placing...
Well, but you can't play both for the big effect because it says you have to discard it.
We'll see. Actually, I'm going to do this one first.
All right, so let me show it. So he can discard a card from his cop board to do 5 dice instead of 2. You going to get rid of the other adrenaline rush, Peter?
I mean, I have enough to pay for it. Oh, but then
Yeah, it won't have the powered effect unless you're discarding stuff, so it wouldn't really matter.
Yes. Yeah.
All right,
Good
so
call.
who are you attacking?
Well, clearly the assault person.
Oh, and if you get 5 hits, then she will be dead, so make it happen, buddy.
I'm not going to spend it to reduce the damage.
Yeah, so he would need 4 hits if he
because
spent...
I have so much thing that let me add damage. Like I'd probably be able to use it to add a damage anyway. So
Sure.
I'm gonna hold on to it and just roll the 5.
Good luck. Oh my gosh!
Boom.
So
2, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage.
Remember, for him the crits are 2, and so he's going to gain 2 hunches and then spend 1 to place the token, so he'll end up with 2 overall. Yep. But yeah, that was an awesome roll. Good job, dude. Oh yeah, you got the token. I'll get the assault card.
I'm just good at this game.
I mean, clearly better than me. So backup slides up to fill the column in, and yeah, nice job, dude.
I can still keep going. So this is the last card on my board, so I'll get 3 dice and a cover?
2 cover.
Oh, there you go. Good, because I'm gonna need it in a second.
Yeah, I was about to say this assaulter is right in between us. We're in the worst possible spot for her to just gun us down.
I mean, the other option would be for... Well, I didn't have any cover.
Yeah, I was going to say
for me to move somewhere else, but no, that's not an option. All right, so I'm going to try to take care of the backup.
Yeah, if you roll some crits, you need to do 5 damage with 3 dice, but it's possible.
Or, I mean, I have 2 options to do it. Neither of those happen.
So do you want to do...
I'm going to just take it. Take the...
Yeah, so again, Peter could have spent a hunch to do 3 damage, or gain the hunch and only do 2 damage. So that guy's gonna... Yeah, dude, you're gonna get hurt a lot, Peter. Like, you're barely gonna be alive, dude.
I am.
Crud.
Not much I can do about it. I mean, I didn't have any cover to move anywhere, so...
yeah, the chat just said how great your die rolls are. I don't know if they saw your most recent die roll. I mean, not that was a very low probability one. So Peter also has nothing to resolve during the repair step. He just fills in his board with 4 new cards.
And I get new grit.
Yep, and you get up to 4 grit, which we'll certainly need. Yeah, wow. All right, so we are resolving our enemies. So the patrol, the little side arrow, means he moves towards the nearest cop, but he's already on me, so he doesn't want to. Then he attacks at range 3 for 3. I will take all of that on my cover since I have so much. Then our friend the assaulter shoots... Oh, actually, wait. I'm sorry. I forgot. +1 damage from security office, so actually he does 4.
Actually, I'm going to die. I think we just lost.
You know what?
Because I'm going to take 1 damage from the location at the end of the turn.
Oh. Yeah, so hey, that's okay. We're actually slightly in time. We only allotted half an hour to play this game. so maybe that's for the best. But let's see. So the assaulter is going to shoot each of us for 3. So I'm down to 5 life.
I lost my 2 cover and 1 life.
Oh, you are going to die. Wow. Yeah, so the backup is going to hit Peter for 4. And then...
take 1 more from my location ability.
Because you can't discard 2 cover. Wow, so yeah, Peter is dead, and we lose.
All right, theme of the day.
Louise. Oh, yeah, Hana, we're dead again.
I felt like I had more cover.
Oh, Jerry's here. Yeah, Jerry knows. He plays with us every weekend, and this is just, totally par for the course. That's not true. Peter often wins, and apparently not this time. Wow. Yeah, so there you go. That was Buddy Cop, upcoming from Blacklist. I do find it's harder with 1 character or with 2 characters than with 1, but either way, yeah, we just really it was the assaulters. We just kept on letting ourselves get hit with area damage.
Well, yeah, we needed to go kill them instead. I think that would have been better.
Well, I mean, the problem if we were playing the simultaneous variant that we talked about, it is officially in the rules, at least currently, because this is all still in development. But if we had been playing with that variant, you could have played the card to let me defeat the person, and then I could have used my cover to move, and I could have killed her, and we would have taken almost no damage. So, yeah, if the simultaneous variant definitely makes 2-player easier, but we were playing with kind of the tougher official rules because I just thought it'd be easier to follow on tabletop. So that's just how it goes sometimes. And Peter, you know what the reward was for this one if people had pledged during this time?
What was that?
We would have spawned an extra enemy for every $2 they pledged. Or well, for every
gosh.
pledge they did of at least $2. So
How is that a reward?
oh, well,
Guys,
no,
you need to help us today.
no, I made some like good and some bad for us for mine. So it's just the variety, man. The variety is beautiful.
Well, thank you for not donating during this game. We got our butts.
I mean, it wouldn't have mattered, right? Hey,
Anyway.
I would rather have the money. We'd be dead either way.
Well, that's true. That's true.
I'd rather have more money for
Absolutely.
cancer research and children's hospital.
Absolutely.